Michael Stever. Thank
Hey,
you.
Deb.
I'm so glad you're here with us.
I'm having a deja vu.
Yeah. Me too. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about why you're here tonight at Defying Inequality and what was the journey that brought Michael Stever to this event and this commitment and passion towards defying inequality. Tell me a little bit about your journey.
Well, I was raised in a very conservative Mormon family, and I remember vividly. I'd say from the I was around 15 years old. A bunch of us prepubescent boys in my Sunday school class were all cordoned off into a very, very special Sunday school class by our bishop, where we were very kindly and lovingly told about the evils of masturbation. And
that almost seems like an oxymoron.
well, that's a testament to the masterful psychological manipulation that the Mormon Church does so well. But it was impactful for me at that age. It very much went up like a red flag, because how it registered was I registered it as one of the very, very first times that I was experiencing a threat to my spiritual self. And the fact that it happened in church I thought was fascinating and confusing, very much so. And what I really wanted to do was to stand up and go, wait a minute, this is wrong. What are you doing? What are you saying to us? And the fact that our bishop was the sweetest, kindest, most genuinely charismatic guy you could ever meet, only again made the whole class 10 times more impactful, confusing, and memorable. It was very memorable for me, and I knew that was something that I had to always remember, because what it taught me was to be very, very, very selective and guard my heart with regards to how much I let myself fall in love with the Mormon Church. I mean, people. It's a love affair that people have between church and spirit, if you will, and it's a very dangerous love affair. The marriage of spirit and the heart with regards to the fundamentalist movement, I believe, because that love affair is programming people to hate themselves and to not embrace themselves for who they are or accept themselves for who they are.
And the difference is when it goes, it's not akin to what the teachings are. So now you have to challenge what's within your heart and what they're teaching. Who do you go to when I mean, there's so many influences that are conflicting at a 15-year-old age.
There aren't a lot of options for people, There aren't a lot of places for kids at that age to go, because life inside the Mormon Church is very much like life inside a bubble. That's the way the religion is set up. It's the way it's constructed, and it's obviously done that way for a very specific reason. And it is a tailor-made breeding ground for segregation and fear and separation, isolationism, all these things which are insidious and dangerous and not good, really, in the big picture scheme of things, I believe, because people are being programmed to separate themselves from their fellow man, basically. It's so easy to project that stuff onto people and really, with what we see in the news and in the media, project that on the homosexuals and project that on the liberals and people that want to enable people to have their rights as humans. And
that word frightens me when you say being programmed to perform and think and act and respond in a certain way.
It's a frightening word, but I think it's really accurate, because.
And how did you break free of the program?
Well, that Sunday school class that I told you about was a really, really powerful, memorable moment for me, and it was my first red flag to be cautious of where I was, where I had been raised to be, and think that was the place to be. So it was very helpful in that sense, in that I never forgot that Sunday school class. I never forgot the red flag that it put up for me, and I never forgot how important it is to try to train yourself to think on a bigger picture, bigger scale.
Talk to me about the evolution of Michael. So then what happened? See, there's a journey here. Where did you go?
I developed a love for the arts, and I developed a love for performing, and I worked as an actor for 20 years, and I spent a huge chunk of that time not really thinking about myself as a human being in terms of, I think I made a very slow kind of evolution to accepting myself, but certainly not in terms of embracing myself as an activist or as somebody that wanted to be more political or try to raise awareness. That really didn't come until recently, after meeting Stephen Schwartz and being invited to become, a part of the Defying Inequality movement, and being able to cover it and film it and be a proactive influence has been wonderful for me.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm a late bloomer, so it's better late than never, I guess.
Yeah, well, I feel the commitment on your part. And if you were to think about how this change is coming about, where do you see it going? Where are we moving towards?
I think we've made huge strides over the last 30, 40, 50 years in this country in terms of slowly but surely trying to perpetuate a understanding for our rights as human beings, our rights as people that really deserve to be able to embrace ourselves for who we are and not feel less than or lesser than because we're a certain way, or because we're gay or straight or transgender or there's we share the planet with so many people, so many different kinds of people, that I would love to see us evolve to a place where we think about spirituality or the big picture, an outside intelligence, whatever you want to call it, in a way that has nothing to do with fundamentalist religion, but yet it's still such on many levels, a powerful influence on this planet that it's a tough road. It's a difficult journey, obviously, and progress doesn't happen overnight. But it's certainly happening, and I think that's a wonderful thing. Whether we have the mindset to evolve to a kind of collective conscious where that's no longer a part of the equation completely, I don't know. I'd like to think that we can.
We can get there. In your lifetime and mine?
Who knows? I'm an optimist, but you never know. It's a tough journey, and
we may get there. We may get there. Well, I just want to thank you for giving us your thoughts and your insights, and close on a note where just one more thing you wish I had asked you and I didn't. What would it have been about you?
what I want to do as a filmmaker. Yeah.
What would you like to do as a filmmaker, Michael?
I would like to, as a filmmaker, I would like to create works that challenge people's thinking, that gets people to maybe for just a few moments, think about things in a way that maybe they hadn't before, or
Open them up.
open them up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. I'm watching you. I'm going to be your big first fan, so remember that. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Deb.
Appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Thank you.